Alright, so I'm going to show you how to mount some slides. Specifically, I'm going to show you how to do the tape mount. The purpose for the tape mount is to conserve the structure of the high feet, in case there's any structures such as fruiting structures. Because the way we were doing it last time, we were just kind of scraping off the spores, and that disturbed a lot of the structures. So today I'm going to show you guys how to use tape to conserve that and be able to see it. Well, first things first, have your slide, label it, and put a drop of water on it. Now here we have squirt bottles, which are very difficult to get a single drop of water because they tend to squirt water. So I'm going to use a pipette, just get a little, put a drop or a little squirt like that. Not too much water is the important thing. Now you're going to get clear tape. Make sure it's clear tape. Get about 2 inches or so. Now you're going to, the way I do it is I put the sticky side on my middle finger, try not to flip off the camera, and put the other sticky side on your thumb so that you have kind of a loop. That's not sticking well to my gloves. Let me redo this. Without gloves. Alright, one side sticks to your middle finger, other side sticks to your thumb so that you have kind of a loop with the sticky side on this end. And what you're going to do is, with your flame, you're going to touch the tape with your index finger to the edge of the growing colony, because the edge is where you have all the spores and a new material and new growth being produced. And you really don't need a lot, just barely touch it. So you just touch like so. You guys probably can't see it, but I got a lot of spores on there. And then you just put it over the center of the drop of water, tape it down, make sure there's no tape going over, and just like that you can immediately view it underneath the microscope. Now with these types of slides though, something happens to the tape that it starts to get all foggy and frosted, so you can't use this after like 10 minutes just because it starts to cloud up. So don't go making all 6 tape slides for all of your things at once. Do them one at a time and then look at them underneath. So that's the harder one, I would say. If you guys want to make another slide just to look at the different types of spores, you can get a scalpel or scalpel and some tweezers, heat sterilize them, and we're going to take the agar, we're actually going to cut out a piece of it and we're going to mount that. So for this you don't need any water, just sterilize everything. Again, your scalpel and your tweezers are rarely going to get red hot, much like the inoculating loop, just because there's more metal here, so it takes longer to heat up. As long as you keep it there a few seconds. And the important part is that you make sure to let it cool. So after it's been cooled down a bit, I'm going to carefully cut the agar on the edge. You really don't need a lot. Sterilize that. Pick up that piece with your tweezers and just put it face down on the slide. After that, you can get a glass cover slip, place it on top of the agar and gently mash it so that it's flat, not letting it shoot out the side. Just make sure it's flat is the important thing. And once it's flat like that, you can look at that underneath the microscope. If the mycelia is growing, if the hyphae are growing through the media, through the agar, then you'll be able to see it more clearly this way. And then alternatively, you can also do what we did last time, which is just to use your scalpel or a needle to just scrape all the spores on the edge, and then just put it on water that's been put on a glass slide, and then just you're gonna destroy any structures that may be there, but you'll still be able to see mycelia or the hyphae, and you'll be able to see all the spores as well. And that's just it's very fast doing it that way. So you guys choose whichever way you want to do it, and I'll leave it up to you. Any questions? Yes?
You said for the agar one to put it face down, so you're putting the top layer of fungus down? Or
Yes.
you're putting the agar down?
Yeah, so the question is, when we do the agar mounts and you cut out the media, it really doesn't matter which way you put the agar, because it's going to get squished. The point is just to squish it well enough that it's clear, because if the glass slide is raised, then you won't be able to see anything clearly underneath the microscope, just because you have a very large focus point. So yeah, I just recommend face down so that you have the most of the spores up against the actual glass. Any questions? All right, let's get to it then.